Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome. How's it going? Happy Thursday. Happy Final Fantasy Rebirth Day. You having a good one? Hello for definitely the first time and not the third time tonight. What all do we have to talk about today? Happy Superman's birthday. Yes, is it Superman's birthday? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not that big a nerd. But I do know that Superman Legacy, written and directed by James Gunn, has received a title change. It is no longer named Superman Legacy. It is now just named Superman. Not to be confused with the 1978 film of the same name. Superman. All right. What else? What else have we got to talk about? That was Siva's cue, and Siva missed their cue. I guess it was Dromos GHG. But anyhow, Dromos GHG missed their cue, and now the moment has passed. All right, what else have we got to talk about? I did watch Rebel Moon on Tuesday night. Tuesday night? Yes, Tuesday night. I watched Rebel Moon. It was quite bad. It was actually shockingly bad. I hemmed and hawed a bit about what star rating I should give it, and I ultimately settled on 1.5. It got the extra half point because it had some visual things that I really liked, but that ended up annoying me. So, first things first, the movie is incredibly, hilariously derivative. Just hilariously derivative. It is a little mashup of bits and bobs from several different Star Wars movies and also the Seven Samurai. And that was like, there is not an original thought in the whole movie, which was like pretty bad. But the one thing it did do that I liked is early in the movie, it's not really clear how their guns work, okay? Like, we assume they're blasters and they're firing lasers, I guess, but the blaster bolts that they fire really, really, really look like they're like a high-energy metal plasma, basically. Like, they've heated up a piece of metal to a red-hot temperature and then fired it like a rail gun out of their blasters. And so when it hits things, if it hits something soft, it just goes straight through and leaves a little glowing residue behind. But it just goes straight through and out the other side. And if it hits something hard, it makes this cool little like plasma splat effect that looks like molten metal splattering. And in the first act of the movie, they use this effect quite liberally. And I'm like, you know what? Most everything else in this movie kind of sucks, but that visual effect is quite... Samuel is like, haha, act. That visual effect is quite pretty to look at. It's like, it's well done, it's well executed. I like the way it looks, it's intriguing. It makes me want to know more about the technology in this world because it's an execution of this kind of like blaster weapon that I've not really seen before. And so I was quite appreciative of that. And then they just stop doing it. Like, the guns still work the same way, and they still blast through things that are soft, and they still impact on things that are hard. But in the back half of the movie, it just like, this effect is no longer visible. You don't see it anymore. It's not like there's no like splatter effect on the molten metal anymore. And so I was quite annoyed that they gave up on this, like the one super cool thing the movie had going for it. They just sort of gave up on. But yeah, the movie is pretty bad. The main character is pretty bad. I don't know. I made a bunch of blow by blow comments in our Discord channel, TV and Movies. Let me see what I've got here. Things that I said prior to the end of the film. Yes. Loving Jimon Hansu's completely real and not at all fake beard. Pod racing, much cooler than hippogriff riding. There was a scene with like a Watto stand-in where he's got like a guy enslaved, and then suddenly our main character pivoted from being Luke Skywalker to being Qui-Gon Jinn and like gambling on this guy's ability to do a feat and win his freedom. That's a thing that happens in the movie. The movie opens with this like pastoral farming village, and then the incredibly obvious space Nazi stand-ins wearing literal Nazi uniforms show up, and they're like, "Give us all your stuff so we can continue waging forever war." And the village is like, "No, we don't want to do that." And so they invade. And then there's like an attempted sexual assault because this movie is just Edgelord and New Hope. And our main character, instead of the main character like having all their friends die, it turns out our main character, our like audience stand-in who doesn't know what's going on, is in fact actually like a super elite mega super soldier bred for combat by the evil empire. And she's just been in hiding. And so she like super cool murders all the Nazis. And then they realize that her super cool murdering all the Nazis is going to get everybody else killed. So that's what precipitates the adventure. Because she has to go off and like put together a team of people that can come back to the village to defend them against the Nazis. That's how this movie goes. So as I described it, like super edgelord A New Hope for the first act or so, and then it pivots into putting the team together. And we don't actually get to learn anything about any of the members of the team. There's like 7 people who join the team, but like none of them have any character whatsoever. Jimon Hansu has a completely real and not at all fake beard, and that's the only thing I remember about him. Oh, and he was a drunk when they found him. That's the only thing I remember about him. There's a scene where a whole bunch of pilots run to their starfighters and hop in, and you're like, oh, hell yeah, okay, at least we're about to get a dope Zack Snyder directed dogfighting scene. I'm sure that'll be gorgeous. And then the Imperial Dreadnought just shoots all of the planes on the landing pad before they get to take off. And there is no dogfighting scene. The movie ends with a one-on-one duel between the main character and the main Nazi in like on a platform floating in the sky above a lava planet, sort of. Not a lava planet. It's not a lava planet. It's just like volcanic rock and water. But the fight is like the fight at the end of GoldenEye, where Trevelyan and Bond are fighting on the platform above the giant radar dish or telescope. And then, like, the Nazi falls off and falls to his death. And in the course of the fight, he gets both of his arms broken badly, and he gets his leg broken, I think, and then he falls off and he lands, and there's a scene of him lying on the rock, barely alive, as the water laps up his body. And I just like, this is just Anakin having all of his limbs burned off by lava. It's just the same thing. So at that point, I started calling him Darth. I commented one thing in chat just saying, well, so long, guy we just met. I'm sure you would have been interesting if we'd learned anything about you. Because there's a heroic sacrifice that happens in the climactic fight, and it's a guy who has received no characterization of any kind. He's just the most recent guy to join the team. And so there's no stakes to his death. He's like, I'm gonna go with them, and his sister's like, no, you shouldn't go with them. We lead this team of bandits, and he's like, no, I should go with them, and I'm taking some bandits with me because I'm the leader of the bandits, and I feel like I have to do this. And so he does, and then immediately sacrifices himself. All of his bandit pilots die, and then he sacrifices himself. And there's absolutely no stakes to it because we have no friggin' clue who he is or why he matters, or what's in it for him, what he's sacrificing, or what he stands to gain. Like, none of that is delivered. Have I considered that the whole movie is an allegory for the Release the Snyder Cut movement? I did not consider that. Should I have considered that? I don't really feel like the movie was operating on anything resembling that deep a level. But anyhow, it was extremely boring. It was extremely desaturated. It was extremely ugly. It contained a bunch of... It contains a bunch of movie, or like a bunch of stuff that I didn't think was very good. Oh, here we go. While we were talking about Rebel Moon, Samwonk posted a 1-star review of Poor Things in the Discord. That's spicy. Samwonk says, it's about a good dictator with a beautiful lost daughter who gets cooed by an evil dictator in the ragtag grassroots movement that forms to take the evil dictator down in memory of the good dictator. Oh. Oh no, Samwonk. Frankly, I didn't remember the good dictator part. Which is essentially why I assumed that the dictator that they were trying to overthrow was the same guy. I thought she got raised by the bad guy and then got lost somehow that we don't really know yet. And then has realized that the dictatorship is bad. And blames the dictator for killing her family, and so she was going to go do some murders. I was so checked out on this movie by the time we got there that it, like, super doesn't matter. But Samwonk's read of it is plausible. I would say that is a plausible interpretation of the film. Okay. I don't have much else to talk about tonight. I'm I'm kind of roasted. I did like 5 hours of meetings. I like ran like 5 hours of meetings today, and then I had a like 2 hour meeting at the bank to talk about mortgage stuff. So I'm mentally roasted. So we're gonna move on, and I'm gonna play a video game. So here is my phone. Here it is. Look at it. It's my phone. Here is my phone cable. Everyone, please brace your ear holes. Okay. Garçon, can I have a drum roll, please? Tonight we have a Brassneck Brewing Wingman West Coast Pale Ale. Salkheim says, so you are not recommending Rebel Moon because it's bad, but you are recommending Madam Web because it's bad. I would say Rebel Moon is more bad than Madam Web. I don't know. Rebel Moon definitely has more panache than Madam Web, but they're both bad movies. Neither one is good. All right. Now, last thing before we start, I have to tell you a joke. So let's do the thing. Let's find a joke. The Google Doodle today is very cute. Wow. Okay, I'm not telling that. I'm sorry, chat. I'm really trying. But it turns out most people aren't very funny. What rank do all army dentists hold? Drill sergeant. Dior says fair. Wrong, but fair. I'm aware it's wrong. That's beside the point. All right, let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. T-Wars is the perfect way to wind down after 12 hours of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is to watch Matt play 3 hours of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. All right, here we go. Unreal Engine. Additional content has been downloaded. Hooray. The story so far.
When there is so much to tell, where should I even start? With all that we saw, what we heard, what we felt, this planet of ours, destiny, our part in it. Best to start at the beginning, perhaps. Midgar, the city of Mako, ruled by the Shinra Electric Power Company, who drained the planet of its very essence, the life stream, and processed it for industry as Mako. Our world was dying, and so few could hear her cries for mercy.
I like that so far this is just the opening cutscene.
Rose up in her defense. The anti-Shinra rebels, Avalanche. Among them, Cloud Strife, an ex-soldier hired by the Resistance to destroy Reactor 1. In Sector 8, amidst the aftermath of the attack, Cloud met a flower seller named Aerith. She offered him a yellow blossom. One said to symbolize...
And he said, no, go away.
And thus was destiny set in motion. With Reactor 1 gone, Avalanche set their sights on Mako Reactor 5. Unfortunately, they were playing right into Shinra's hands. The company was able to draw the wool over the people's eyes. And in the end, destroyed Sector 7, killing thousands and laying the blame at Avalanche's feet. Though dear friends were lost, Avalanche had no time to grieve. Aerith had struck a deal with Shinra, who took her into custody. With her capture, Shinra's obsession was within reach. The fabled Promised Land. For Aerith was the last of the Cetra, the ancient stewards of the planet, and only she could guide them to paradise.
All right, so far,
the team infiltrated the Shinra building.
I know what's going on right now.
It was here that I, another prisoner, joined their story.
Oh, all right, it is red.
Them in freeing Aerith.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't include all 70 flights of stairs
Yet during our flight, we
is,
face
it just belies their cowardice.
The vaunted war hero, Sephiroth. Before he could be stopped, Cloud's foe fled with the corpse of Genova, the cataclysm from the stars, and the catalyst of our plight. Eventually, we too made good our escape. Pursuing troopers defeated, we raced toward Midgar's edge. Yet Sephiroth once again intervened. Suddenly, deafening screams rent the air. Whispers, the arbiters of fate, descended upon the city. Before their imposing wall, Aerith warned us. This was Destiny's crossroads. Every moment, every action, every step taken had all been as the Whispers willed it. To fight them was to break free.
We're in uncharted territory now.
Sephiroth waited, the Whispers undulating within him.
Undulating.
Cloud brought his blade down upon his rival, sundering destiny. The fight won, and the shackles of destiny broken. We stood before the unknown, a world of boundless freedom. It was there, beyond where fate could follow, that a new journey began.
Everybody got that? Bonus items are offered as thanks for playing various versions of the game. To claim these bonuses, first confirm that eligible save data is present. Oh no! I had to play the demo. Crap. Bwomp, bwomp. Yeah, time to play the demo. All right. No, my Kupo charm. Sound will not play from your wireless controller speaker. Good. Normal difficulty. Active combat. Ah, crap. Jim Cat was right. We haven't left Midgar yet.
I'm waiting, Cloud. I'm here on the Midgar Expressway. The scene is indescribable. Countless buildings have been leveled, and part of the road has collapsed.
Not part of the road.
Smoke rising from the rubble is reminiscent of a funeral pyre. Of course, this is only the most recent in a series of crises. Multiple reactor bombings, followed by the fall of the Sector 7 plate, culminating in this unprecedented destruction, caused by a massive tornado which swept through Sectors 0, 1, and 2. After a briefing with Shinra investigators, Mayor Domino released a statement, declaring the tornado to be, quote, weather warfare, perpetrated by the infamous insurgent group known as Avalanche. The administration also suspects the involvement of Wutai, and has begun investigations into the matter.
Tornado warfare! Oh, dang, we did a real number on the Shinra building. Wait, hold on.
Of course, this is only the most recent in a series of crises. Multiple reactor bombings, followed by the fall of the Sector 7 flight.
Boy, that tornado really did a number on the city.
Destruction.
I thought another reactor blew up.
Which must have been caused by the tornado.
Man, when it rains, it pours.
As you can see. Ah, over there. Amidst the wreckage of the expressway.
Do we have two clouds now?
Already in progress.
I know we have Zack, but do we also have two clouds now?
Ex-soldier, armed with a buster sword. Highly dangerous.
I repeat, the fugitive is an ex-soldier, armed with a buster sword.
Oh crap.
Back over here.
Sorry, Zack.
The rescue team has pulled people from the rubble. Quick, get the camera off them. Come on, this way.
Do we have two of everyone?
Targets have been secured. We are exfilling via helo now. Move it. We're taking off.
They were very clearly outside Midgar at the end of last game.
The survivors are being taken away! I got it already! You don't know when they're quick, do you?
I mean, we definitely screwed with the timelines.
Excuse me. Could you look after my friend? Just for a bit. Too much Mako. But he'll be fine.
Hey!
Aerith!
Okay, well, Red's at least still alive. Listen, I refuse to believe this is happening for real. Because my psyche can't deal with the idea of Jim Cat being right. Even if it's by accident. I mean, the rest of the party is also in Midgar at the moment, as far as we know. I do like that the Buster Sword is just apparently actually a common piece of equipment. Oh, hey, look at that! We're outside Midgar. Who could have known?
Get away from her!
He's got a buster sword. Terrorists.
Alright, I still don't actually know what combo charge does. You know, that seems pretty unsafe for the people being carried by that helicopter.
Come on, let's get him.
You should probably bring her dog, too.
Where's the ancient? Heads are gonna roll if we don't find her. Just shut the hell up and search.
This is so messed up. All of it.
Since I have bad news about the state that dog is in, I'm pretty sure.
But I'm back now, Aerith.
I have bad news about the state Aerith is in. Yeah, game over, bad end is right. This is amazing.
All right, then. Seeing as we've got the time, want to tell the rest of us about you and your buddy Sephiroth?
Sure. If Tifa doesn't mind.
Me? Yeah, no problem. It's cool.
It all started 5 years ago. I was 16 at the time. There was hardly any work for soldiers back then, and the little there was boring as hell.
Yeah, this is a flashback.
Then, out of nowhere,
This is a very important flashback from the original game.
I couldn't believe my luck.
Calm? No, this is Nibelheim.
It's really coming down, huh? Hey, man. Feeling any better?
Oh, I guess the party is probably in calm now, yeah.
Sure don't look it. Wish I could help, but never been motion sick. Sorry, man. Ready to do this?
Yeah, you bet.
Oh yeah, squats.
Hey, rein it in.
Sorry. No can do.
Kids.
Say, I'd like to be briefed on the mission at some point. Because if it's another one of those Turks gigs, you can let me off right here.
Really?
Finally make first. What do they do? Call a ceasefire with Wutai, stealing my shot at glory. I didn't join Soldier to be an errand boy. I joined up so I could be a hero, like you.
Well, our mission is to survey a rundown reactor.
I don't feel like Sephiroth's uniform is regulation.
Another one of those Turks gigs.
Fine. Job's a job, I guess. Where is it?
Nibelheim.
Distrust Inspector, yes, Cloud is a genetically modified human.
Got some fiends at our 12.
Let's go.
Oh, hey, it's those things! I remember those things!
You take one, I'll take the other.
Cloud's like, it's gonna take me at least 2 hits.
Wait in the truck.
No way! I got this!
Oh, I'm Sephiroth now. Neat. I wonder how big the snake is going to be.
He was in a different league from the rest of us.
Surely we get to fight the Midgar Zolom.
Nibelheim. That's where they built the first reactor. Right?
Yeah. It all started in the fall. Something was wrong with the reactor, and the whole village was up in arms. Talk of strange new monsters on the mountain only made things worse. People were scared, desperate.
The villagers tried to take care of the monsters themselves, but it was no good. Ended up calling Shinra. So the company sent help. Best they had.
Home sweet home, right? Tell me, how does it feel? I have no home, so I wouldn't know.
You still got parents though, right?
Sure.
My mother, named Genova. She died shortly after I was born. My father...
Whoa there! Genova? Like from the Shinra building?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm getting to that.
That's cute. Also, hi, Andrew. Thank you for the sub.
Why am I talking about this? Come on, let's go.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting. I'm Xander, the mayor here.
Then why are you wearing a sheriff's star?
To welcome you to our humble little town. Please, if you'll follow me.
Consider yourself off duty till sundown.
Okay. Because it's Andrew, and only because it's Andrew, my good personal friend, I am going to deliver 2 squats for the 2 subs we have received so far this stream. But only because it's Andrew, and I don't want to deny Andrew squats. Everybody hang tight. There you go. Oh. This way. I know, I'm not used to doing it with the arm movement, so I'll have to get used to it. All right, let's read the description. Press the hamburger button to open the main menu. From there, you can review your party's stats, inspect your inventory, and change your equipment. You can also adjust various settings from the options section of the system menu. Press circle to roll forward or jump over certain terrain. The action cloud performance will change depending on the environment. Hi.
So, any friends here you want to see? Maybe a girlfriend?
Backwater is an understatement. Don't blame you for getting the hell out of here.
Oh, who's this guy?
You know, I've been thinking about joining the military for some time now. If you need help, just say the word.
Look at all this mud. It's never gonna come off.
Well, you better hope you don't get cleaning duty.
We're so glad you're here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How's it going over there? You done yet?
Just a bit more.
No, I just thought I'd ask you some questions. Maybe this guy saw something.
I can't tell you how happy I am to see you here.
Oh, real soldiers.
It's a good thing those soldiers are here. Now we can rest easy.
What a relief.
So you're who they sent to survey the reactor.
You know, there was a road or a pathway there.
Truly have us at our wits' end.
We have to search everywhere. There could be music records. Okay, yeah, so for those of you who are new to Final Fantasy, like Symphonic Lolita or Distrusting Spectator, Final Fantasy VII was a game released in 1997. Final Fantasy VII Remake, which released in 2020, was nominally a remake of Final Fantasy VII, but it's probably safer to call it an adaptation of the original Final Fantasy VII. It is not really a remake in any meaningful sense. The gameplay is completely different. The storyline is heavily changed. The characterization is heavily different, and mostly in like ways that improve and update the original. But you cannot play Final Fantasy VII Remake and be like, I played Final Fantasy VII. No, you didn't. You played Final Fantasy VII Remake. They are fundamentally different experiences, but they are based like. Final Fantasy VII Remake is an adaptation of the first. It's not gatekeeping. It's just literally a different game. The stories aren't the same. The characters are updated. Different things happen. And it plays differently. It's a different game. Yes, I do. I agree with Kosar Prime. It might be good to think of them like the original Evangelion and the rebuild of Evangelion movies. In that the rebuild of Evangelion movies are an adaptation of Evangelion. By the original creator, but still. Anyhow, the first Final Fantasy VII Remake covers about the first 10 to 12 hours of the original Final Fantasy VII. And then as far as we don't know how far this one goes, but this one covers some of the middle.
Well, I'll be Cloud.
She's trying to help me round up food for dinner. But at this rate, we'll be out here all night.
Can I sword the chicken? Hi, Meg.
Sword the chicken.
I cannot sword
Shish
the chicken.
kebab it.
I cannot sword the chicken.
I came to see if you wanted to try any of my gimlet.
What's a gimlet?
It's lime.
Okay.
Lime juice and gin, except this is fake gin because it's a school night. And a bit of sugar syrup.
That's pretty good.
She's trying to help me round up food for
This would
dinner.
be a good one to make with your nice gin.
We'll be out here
Yeah.
all night.
Not a gin and shitty tonic.
Okay, since I can't sword the chicken, I should probably figure out what I'm actually Hey, a chest! That's what I came here for. I like that it's a glowing wooden box.
Oh, hey there. It'll be right peace.
That is all about big chests. Listen, I like chests of all sizes, thank you.
What's wrong, Reverend Tears? It isn't like you to be making such a fuss. Hey, are you like a famous person?
Oh, I'm back up here now, okay.
Fiends are out and about. Keep your
There are so many places I want to go.
watch is standing guard, sir.
Don't worry. We'll get your stuff where it needs to be.
If you're feeling tense, you could always join one of the group stretching sessions.
This is the inn. All right, press the menu button to view your current position on a map of the area or to check your progress in the story.
Hated. Can only imagine what their lives must be like.
The Nidhogg. Apparently they put in like a whole piano playing system.
A soldier.
And you are?
Richard Zangan. A humble traveler of the world. And teacher of martial arts to the youth. Well-toned, but lacking mass. You need to bulk up.
Who asked you?
You could learn a lot from me.
Pass.
Don't be shy. I have many pupils your age. At last count, 128. In fact, one of them's from this very village. Perhaps you know her. Tifa.
Sure.
A real talent, that one. She'll go far.
I love the posing.
Yeah, right?
Got anything to say for yourself?
I didn't know.
This man is indeed very extra, it's true. Hi.
I'd be interested to see how one of Shinra's finest fights. Should you need my help, just say the word.
Bird.
I've been working on some new techniques.
This guy sounds like Yzma's assistant. I can't remember. Kronk in The Emperor's New Groove.
We're all thrilled.
I've been working on some new techniques. This is Cusco's poison. The poison for Cusco.
I'd be interested to see how one of Shinra's finest fights.
Patrick Warburton. That's the name.
Ah, hello there. All our rooms are reserved for you Shinra boys, so take your pick. You'll find them just up... Huh? No. Cloud? My. Get a load of you. And you've only been away a couple of years.
Yes, I'm not going to go upstairs because that'll advance the story.
Can only imagine what their lives. Goodness! Is that you, Cloud? I have the perfect scarf for supper.
made that for Dad, for your wedding anniversary.
Besides, I have to go get shamed by Mom. Oh, the general store.
Be sure to rest up tonight.
This is where you go to purchase military leadership. Hi, what can I buy from you?
Shinra's here, I see. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Shinra? Shinra?
Oh, hey, there is a little girl back there.
Whoops. I didn't recognize you, Cloud. How you've grown.
Oh, and a little boy. Jeez.
I must say, you look dashing in that uniform.
You're so cool. You're so cool.
All right, kids. That's enough of you.
Finally. Zerma's, I'd like to see how soldiers keep in shape.
Oh, I know what that means.
You worked out with everyone?
Just for a bit.
Could you keep up?
Keep your arms straight. Feel the stretch all the way to your fingertips.
Weak legs betray a weak mind. Takes me back.
I was expecting there to be a phonograph here that I could steal a record from.
Good.
Ever since we heard a survey team was coming, we've been working our fingers to the bone.
Hello, cats.
I'd like to see how soldiers keep in shape.
The cats are not pettable.
Then I stop by my mom's. Not that it matters.
Sure it does. I know I want to hear what happened.
Me too.
Yeah. Go on.
Ugh, fine.
My dad died when I was a kid. So after I left for Midgar,
Hi,
she
Mom.
was on her own. It was the first time we'd seen each other in 2 years. First time. And last.
I'll be right there.
Cloud, is that you?
Hey.
Cloud's name is, or Cloud's mom's name is Claudia.
Come in.
Is great.
Let me get a good look at you.
My. So that's what they've got you wearing, huh? You soldiers sure do clean up nice.
I've never been so proud. The man you've become.
Women must be hounding you day and night.
Not really.
You know, there's all kinds of temptations in the big city. I'd feel a lot better if I knew you'd found a good girl. One who'd make sure you didn't get into trouble.
I can take care of myself.
An older, more mature girl that could keep you on the straight and narrow and tell you when you're being a silly goose.
Silly goose!
That's the perfect type for you, I'd say. They are feeding you properly, aren't they? Oh, Cloud. But you know, Cloud. Wouldn't you agree, Cloud? You're my son. Of course, I'll always be.
Okay, that's enough.
Huh, that's weird. I wonder what that's all about.
Now I can go back to hanging my laundry outside.
Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing. Nothing important.
So, how did it feel being back up there?
I don't know. Nostalgic, I guess? After 2 years away and all that.
Uh-huh.
Do we get a flashback within a flashback here? How is he sitting with that sword? Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Da, 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 da.
Huh? You went to my place?
Totally.
I figured you might be there.
Wait a second. You two were neighbors?
We were, but it's not like we hung out that much.
We had our reasons.
Our reasons, huh? Bet most of them had to do with you.
I don't know what you're talking about, Barrett. And I will not stand for these lies and slander.
Remember my cat?
Her name was Fluffy, I think?
Yeah. She was always disappearing, and that day was no different.
Fluffy hype. Cloud is like 5'9", according to the manual, as I recall. I have, at this point, packed my copy of Final Fantasy VII, so I can't remember for sure. Into my room?
You went through my stuff?
Yup.
I know I shouldn't have.
Is she? Are you in there, Tifa?
Cloud! You asshole!
Cloud and Tifa and Aerith saying that at the same time. Amazing. Well, apparently Tifa's underwear is not here. Inspect pianos you encounter to start tickling the ivories and perform pieces using sheet music you have acquired.
Did you actually play it?
Tickling the ivories, yes. Went to town on it! What do you mean, why is it worded that way? That's a common phrase. It might be the right keys animating, but Cloud's hands are not on those keys. All right, I have actually got no idea how to play the piano. Play Freebird. All right, there we go. I went to town on it. DEGEBBA.
Where'd you learn to do that?
Hey, you got
Oh yeah, where did you learn to do that?
Well, shit. You're a merc of many talents.
Nice. Very good, Andrew. Nicely done. Never Gonna Give You Up is a good song. Ooh, giant glowing wood chest containing a bottle of ether. Not just 2 beds, 2 queen beds. Maybe 2 doubles. This is for Tifa's parents' swingers parties.
Don't think I've ever seen the town this excited about anything before.
Why, I almost didn't recognize you in that uniform of yours. You've grown so much since the last time we saw you. Oh,
One for sleeping and one for going at it. That does mean that you don't have to change the sheets as often. Or it means you have to change the sheets twice as much. I'm not sure which. Hi, Mayor!
I'll be telling everyone how I welcome the great Sephiroth to town till the day I die.
What about the Great Cloud?
Do our village proud.
Perhaps you should tell everybody that you welcomed the Great Cloud to your village.
Make sure you're good and rested.
The question, Jim Cat, is why is everyone here a cowboy? It's why isn't everyone everywhere a cowboy?
Just crazy to think that Sephiroth is...
Sephiroth's at the end. I tried to sneak a shot of him, but my hands were shaking.
Oh yeah, it's photograph guy.
Oh, hello there, Cloud.
Hi.
Please just let it be a quiet day. Hold on a second.
I got bad news for you, lady.
Sure feels good to have soul.
That's it.
hello, sir.
The serving team brought medical supplies too.
Midgar wishes
I'd wager soldiers eat laundry today.
the Mako pipelines are...
Okay, none of you have anything interesting to do. I missed a chest! Oh, I did miss a chest.
You still got energy after the trip here. I'll never know.
I'll be taking that. Oh, I can jump down. Look at me go. All these new features they've added.
Just a bit more. In all my years, I've never felt so alive.
Keep your wits about you, people.
It's such a relief to see the survey team's finally here.
Okay, it looks like I have done the thing. Now it's time to go to the inn. Maybe.
We've got sandwiches stuffed with evil. Soldier, good to see you. How about a taste of home before you go?
Please and thank you. Look at that delicious sandwich.
Wait a minute. Is that Cloud? Silly boy. You should have let us know you'd be paying us a visit. Eat up, Cloud. You still got room to grow, you know.
The taste reminds you of home.
Don't you? They're exactly like the ones Mrs. Tyler used to make. I'm sure you must have taken them as snacks on a play date before. Wait, did you go on any play dates?
I love that he eats them in 3 bites. You feel stuffed.
So proud of what a fine young man you've become. Take care of yourself.
Yes!
You're spending the night at home, won't you? Maybe I'll pay your mother a visit. Oh, but I shouldn't impose. You two must have a lot of catching up to do.
You will not have room for supper tonight.
Don't be a stranger now, Cloud. I know your mother would be happy to see you much more often. Don't be a stranger now, Cloud.
Aww.
I know your mother would be happy to see you much more often.
I've hit the sandwich limit. So now the question is, did that actually, the threads of fate have been broken is right. Is that actually going to have an effect on something?
Please, everyone, give them space.
Didn't really notice at the time, but looking back, all the signs were there. From the moment we arrived, Sephiroth just wasn't himself.
Yeah, no doubt. You eat all the sandwiches in the opening and just... That's it.
This
bad end.
Huh?
I could swear I've seen it before.
You okay?
Big day tomorrow. We'll be leaving bright and early. You should get some rest.
All right, will do.
Night.
I tried, but I couldn't get to sleep that night. Was too excited, too nervous.
Was pretty much the same for me.
Why?
Yeah, I was surprised too.
And Cloud was up all night with indigestion.
That was years ago, Brian. She's old enough to make her own decisions now.
We leave once our guide arrives.
How are you late?
Yes, sir.
You just said you didn't sleep.
Brian! Sephiroth, sir, I must insist that I take you up the mountain. My daughter isn't...
Dad!
Tifa, you can still back out. You don't have to do this.
I'm going, and that's that. There'll be 2 soldiers with me. I'll be fine.
Pumpkin!
Good morning, sir. I'll be your
Pumpkin.
guide for the day.
Tifa? You're our guide?
I sure am. You can ask anyone around here. I'm the best there is.
You could get hurt.
Not if you remember to do your job, she won't. Come on.
Yeah, just don't get bodied by the first monster you see and we'll be fine.
For posterity, sir?
Not today.
Can you talk to him?
Please, Sephiroth. It'd mean a lot to us.
It's just one photo. Come on, where's the harm in that?
Fine.
There?
Distrusting spectator, he's not a bad guy. He's the hero of Soldier.
Say cheese!
Sounds like you were having a good time.
One more!
Yeah, I guess we were. For a while.
The reactor was halfway up Mount Nebel.
Yeah, and this is 5 years ago, and at this point in time, Sephiroth is the world's greatest hero. And Cloud worked for Shinra, and so did Sephiroth. All right, press square to use your weapon and attack. For example, if you find boxes marked with the Shinra logo, try breaking them open. They may contain useful items, including Mako shards that restore MP. Note that you cannot attack in certain locations. Okay, well, Shinra's greatest hero, but Shinra's basically the world. Wutai's greatest war criminal. Fair.
You probably already know this, but our reactor's the first of its kind. It really put Mount Nebel on the map.
I've seen a few reactors in my time, but none with such a breathtaking view. Who could tire of it?
Oh, we've got a couple of, like, Shinra infantrymen with us.
Man, I wish I could go on trips all over the world like you guys.
Trips. I think you mean business trips. Which
Ooh, credits!
Though you do learn stuff on them.
That's so cool.
Yes, that's right. We do have to have a couple of red shirts. Completely unremarkable characters. Who are definitely not important.
Everything okay? Not going too fast for you, am I?
Of course not. We're just trying to pace ourselves is all.
But I thought you guys were in a hurry.
Even so, you'll burn yourself out running like that.
I'm not even close to burned out. Not with all the training I've had.
Huh. Guess you really are the best there is.
Why are you whapping me with a newspaper? I don't deserve that. Wow, I'm getting roasted in chat right now. None of this seems appropriate. For the record, I'm not saying spoilers. I'm allowed to intimate that things are going to happen. But I'm not spoiling anything. Can I swing at one of the grunts? No, apparently. Oh, dear. What was that? That deer just rocketed up into the sky. All right. I'm gonna make my spoiler policy on this game clear. And the spoiler policy on this game is that we should try to respect the fact that there are several people in our chat right now who have not played this game and have not played the game that this is based on. I am, as a person who am intimately familiar with Final Fantasy VII, I am going to probably crack jokes about things that I have context for. But I am going to do my best not to outright spoil anything for anyone in chat. I would appreciate it if we as a collective chat hive mind could do our best not to just say things that happen. If I am like, this is also my first time playing through the remake. So as far as I'm concerned, this should be treated as a first playthrough of a game that we don't have context for. But by nature of the fact that it is in conversation with the original, I'm going to have to talk about the original a little bit, but I am going to try and avoid spoiling the original outright. Gross.
Seen those near the village, and they're not nice.
What do you think?
I think I got this.
Then they're all yours.
I think Sephiroth's got this. All right, pressing square to attack with Cloud Sword, or press square to attack with Cloud Sword. Holding the button will allow you to follow up with a sweeping slash. Press the button after dodging to launch a ranged attack, or hold the button to unleash an aerial combo. Sephiroth doesn't typically have an angel wing. Just for the record.
Let's finish. Bye. It's on now. You're done. See ya.
Look at that.
Awesome.
2 trophies.
If this is how it's going to be, there doesn't seem much point in me fighting.
I guess not. You leave it all to me, huh?
Don't mind if I do.
My experience, Fire Whiskers, my experience of Final Fantasy VII Remake, the first iteration of this game, is that it was considerably more fun to play than Final Fantasy 16. All right, enemies will grow alerted to your presence as you approach. Once the gauge fills up, combat will ensue. Press square before it fills to get the jump on your foes, or retreat to avoid a fight. If you land the first strike, your ATB gauge will fill slightly at the start of battle. You can also run away after the battle has begun by putting some distance between you and an enemy. All right, sweet. First strike. Press X to open the command menu. From here, you can expend ATB charges to activate abilities, cast spells, or use items. The ATB gauge will gradually fill as time passes, as well as whenever you attack foes with square. Okay. Command menu. Abilities. Braver triple slash. And focus search. Triple slash. Ooh.
Ah, well, that's that.
Santa says, wow, they're just starting us with the most busted move from the first game. Was triple slash especially busted? And wasn't it quad cut?
Is that Mako? Whoa.
Come on, soldier.
Looks like Team
You can do
Rocket's
better than
blasting
that,
off
can't you?
again.
Just you watch.
Press R1 to block incoming attacks, or press circle to get out of the way. Successfully blocking an attack will reduce the amount of damage taken and fill your ATB. Block with perfect timing to render the attack ineffective. How do I block with perfect timing? Like that! That's how! Come at me, bro. Of course, I'm in Punisher mode, so...
Let's finish this.
Here, have some big honking hits, would ya?
Piece of cake.
Oh, can you not see... Well, that's problematic. Here, I'm gonna be small. You get to see tiny me. I'm tiny me. I'm mini me. Go bat mode. Show Maple. I can't. Maple's not in her playpen right now. And the camera's not even pointed at the playpen anyhow. Alright, have we got any tempting chests?
All yours.
You know what to do, Cloud.
Oh, you go.
Alright, well I definitely did not successfully block that. Dang it! I'll get that timing eventually.
Let's finish this.
Get wrecked.
Well done, Trooper.
Thank you.
I got the rest.
I'm pausing this for a moment. Because you're all arguing about things, and I'm trying to remember the details. Alright. Haha, get wrecked, nerd!
I'll end this.
Mechanics are a trap. You're right.
You're done.
We still have a long way to go.
Shall we pick up the
I
pace?
did it.
Not unless we absolutely have to. Our guide might not be so lucky next time.
Then, how about I go on ahead and clear the way for you guys? I'll be careful.
Yes, we get it. You can do squats.
You better.
Cool. See you at the reactor.
Sephiroth is definitely a safe person to leave Tifa with. All right, materia can be set into most weapons and equipment via the materia and equipment section of the main menu. Try equipping materia, the materia Cloud was provided with for this mission. Review the materia tutorial, yes. Equipping materia. You can now equip materia to your weapons and armor. Begin tutorial. First, open the materia and equipment menu. Next, select Cloud. By pressing triangle, you can set materia into your weapons and armor. Materia can be equipped to any open slots in your weapons and armor. Try equipping an orb of assess materia. All right. By equipping materia will grant access to new spells and abilities, or even boost your stats. Experiment with different combinations and discover which loadout works best for you and your party. Materia set into your equipment will gain ability points with every battle. Once enough AP is accrued, your materia will improve, further enhancing its effects and the potency of its spells. For example, take the fire materia. 1 star allows the caster to use fire, 2 stars allows the caster to use Fira, and 3 stars allows the caster to use Firaga. All right, press triangle to activate a character's unique ability. Cloud, for example, can switch modes while fighting, alternating between the balanced operator mode and the offense-oriented Punisher mode.
It's on now.
That tutorial cost me my first strike, and I'm a little annoyed about it. In Punisher mode, Cloud moves slowly, but Square can unleash more powerful attack than usual. In addition, Cloud launches a counter blow every time he guards against an enemy's melee attack. He cannot, however, guard against ranged attacks or magic. When you evade such attacks, you will switch back to operator mode.
Let's finish this. Bye. You're done. See ya. Sloppy. Well, I gotta say, that one felt pretty good.
Okay, I would like to look at a map, because I have no idea where I am. Glowy box? No glowy box. Shinra box. That was rude. Got him.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
You're done. Shit. Let's finish this. See ya. Time to get serious. Bye.
You know, I feel like that should have been a perfect block. We all know I'm right. So many random Shinra boxes around. Gimme. Oh, the bridge is out.
It's a dead end. Rockslide took out the bridge a while ago. Come on back, okay?
Okay.
Okay, but before I do, I need to do some things. All right, press square while on the pause menu or main menu to open photo mode. Cool. I was hoping there was a stereo audio selector, but there isn't. There was a materia on a cliff. Did I not get the thing on the cliff? Oh, you're right. There was indeed a materia on that cliff. Why am I stuck walking so slow? The game really doesn't want me to go this way. Wind, water, heart. Approach locations marked with up to perform context-sensitive actions such as squeezing through tight spaces or climbing ladders. Hold on a sec. Why are you off? All right, apparently I straight up can't do that. Yes, I could, in fact, tap the feed that's going to the stream.
This way.
It's all right. I won't do it now.
Gotta make a detour through a Shinra facility.
To think I almost made you our guide. Good thing I reconsidered. Otherwise, you'd have led us straight off a cliff. Lead on.
I mean, I noticed the bridge was out. Die, box! Oh, you're not a breakable box. Oh, what are you? An orb of level boost materia. Increases the level of linked materia by 1. An elevator. Hey, team. That looks eerily like a boss arena. Well, minor boss arena. Is it one of these guys? Oh, it is one of these guys! Hell yeah! I remember these guys. Ow!
Not looking good. Good. Steady. Come on.
Eat it, nerd.
You're done.
Okay. Humanoid fiends that make their home on Mount Nibel. Previously unseen in the region, sightings began after the local reactor started malfunctioning. They brandish an iron mace at the end of one arm, which they swing around with ease. Inflicting enough damage will pressure them. Frontal melee attacks will be ineffective while they swing their maces. As we discovered, they're weak to fire. Good to know.
Gotta say, that one felt pretty good.
Did it though? I feel like I kind of got my ass beat.
The reactor may have been around for a while, but there are still pockets of Mako gas all over the mountain. Try not to breathe it in if you can.
Don't want to get...
You would think that soldiers would be immune to Mako poisoning at this point.
Mako gas concentrations. Air purification.
I know they aren't, but you would think they would be.
Excess Mako gas.
Oh!
Mako gas levels reduced by 20%.
Cute.
Mako gas levels reduced by 70%. No Mako gas detected. Elevator access granted.
Summit approach. All right, we're getting there. Hey, a reactor. A suspicious helipad.
Come on.
Aha!
Just thinking about crossing that thing.
Then let me go first.
Hey, I'm the guide here.
Bye, Tifa!
Are you okay?
Not really!
Tifa's low enough she could just drop into the water and wouldn't even be hurt.
What are you...
Oh, apparently we're all low enough that we can just drop into the water and not get hurt. Except that guy. Bad day for this dude. Man, it's a good thing he wasn't important. I love the idea that Cloud was able to float while still wearing that giant steel sword on his back.
He's in Fate's hands now. Do you know the way?
Yeah. Following the river should get us back to the village.
We're not going to the village. Can you get us to the reactor?
Sorry, I don't think I can.
I see. Well, we certainly can't send you back alone. You'll be safer with us.
Okay.
I'll be joining you up front this time. For your performance review.
You kidding
Will
me?
she, though?
Good luck.
Approach a scalable wall or rock face to begin your ascent. Then use the left button to leap from one hold to the next. Note that you can also climb down such surfaces. And yes, the god of yellow paint has been here. Check Sephi's stats. He's only got 500 more HP than I do. Sitting at a rest stop or sleeping at lodgings will fully restore both HP and MP. Ooh, HP up materia. Don't mind if I do. Screw you, wind magic. Actually, hold on. Do I have any different equipment? Oh, no, my equipment's locked. Bitch!
Off you go.
Switching to a different character can provide an advantage in battle. Alternatively, you can order your allies to attack while controlling the same character. Use up or down or left or right to switch characters. Use L2 or R2 to issue commands to allies. Press square to slash with the Masamune, or hold to unleash a ranged attack. Landing a certain number of attacks will allow you to perform branching finishers like Pierce or Sword Dance with triangle, filling your limit gauge. Press R1 to enter Retaliation Stance. While in this stance, press square at the right time to parry an incoming attack. Huh. Sephiroth is the current party leader, meaning you will control him at the start of combat. To change your party leader, go to Combat Settings section of the main menu. Then select a character and press triangle to designate them as the new leader. That's actually kind of neat. What with never getting to control Sephiroth in the original game, that's a cute little thing they've done.
More Mako gas ahead.
There's no way around it either. Just have to go through.
Sorry, Tifa.
Let's not waste any time.
I guess you'll just die here.
This is dangerous.
Empowerment materia. What is empowerment materia? Oh. I need more materia slots. Hell's Gate.
Well, that's that.
Does anyone know how we leave? Oh, by going the right way, probably. Wait, isn't that how he came in? I swear to God, I'm figuring it out.
A Mako spring.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but if we keep using Mako to power our homes, springs like this will disappear, right?
Totally.
What are you talking about? Who told you that?
My dad. And the mayor, if you must know.
Except the planet's huge. Mako will never run out, right?
Naturally formed materia. And look at the size of it. Astounding. For the Mako energy to condense into something like this, it must have taken an eternity.
I've always wondered, how does materia let you cast spells exactly?
How did you ever get to be a soldier?
I don't know.
To put it simply,
I just showed up.
The knowledge of the ancients is sealed within each orb. That knowledge not only connects us to the planet, it allows us to tap into her power. That's how we can use magic. Or so they say.
Really? Magic sure is weird.
I know someone who'd be livid to hear you call it weird, or magic for that matter. I can just imagine what he'd say. It's an affront to science.
Who?
Hojo, from Research and Development. His predecessor was a great man, but him... he is anything but. We should press on.
Hojo would call this an affront to, or call magic an affront to science. Okay, we want to go this way. Somewhere. Somewhere this way. Somewhere this way. This way? I'm so confused. This way.
Steady. On you. Come on.
Watching progress. Farewell.
Hold still. On you. God, let's hurry.
This way. This is how deep it dies, breathing Mako gas as we run around in circles, lost in a straight cave. Listen! Red 13 is probably a rat dog. I'm willing to allow the description of Red 13 as a rat dog. When an enemy is about to use an attack that cannot be guarded against, the triangle symbol will appear. Take evasive action when that mark displays next to an opponent's skill's name.
Hold still.
Farewell.
This way.
Red explicitly said that he's not a rat dog. Listen, that sounds like something a rat dog would say. Red 13 doth protest too much, me thanks. That's rude.
Heads up.
I'll twin your brain.
Hold still.
All right, come at me, bro.
Piece of cake.
Apparently, that enemy was weak to arrow magic. This looks much safer than the bridge. Okay, that looks like it's the way we're supposed to go. So I'm gonna go the way we're not supposed to go. Because that's how video games are played. Magnify. Enhance. Expand range of linked materia, but potency modified by negative 60%. I know, 60% feels like they've overtuned that. That's not how ladders work. True, you're right. It does level up to negative 45 and then negative 25, but still. Oh, a zoo. While guarding with R1, you can team up with allies to perform a variety of synergy skills, useful abilities that do not consume ATB charges. The available skills differ depending on which character is being actively controlled. Neat. Alright, inflicting enough damage or exploiting an elemental weakness will place the enemy in a pressured state, making it easier for you to fill the stagger gauge below its HP bar. Once the gauge is full, the enemy will become momentarily staggered, leaving it defenseless. Yeah, we know how that works. We've been doing it already. Dang, I got beat up.
Gotta be careful. On you. Come on. All right.
Watch and learn.
Well, that's that.
Ow. I would describe that as some. What are the odds? The odds are low because I can't climb that thing. I have 22 mega potions. I may as well use some. Oh! Look at me go. Hello, Meg. Oh, the baby. Aw, she's so cute.
She snores.
Yeah.
Snory baby.
Chat wants to see. You'll have to pull it back this way, because... Just put it in Discord.
It's going in Discord. There's a sleepy baby. She's very cute.
All right, that was a precision defense materia, I think. Defense is for people who can't hit good. So there's no point in using a defense materia. AutoCAD. Allows an ally to automatically use spells with the link material when not actively controlled during battle. Neat. Precision defense focused. Extend input timing window for precision defense. Oh! It's like the auto parry. Wow, that's a lot of boxes. I wonder if we've got a boss fight coming up. Did you see how many mega potions I just got there? Maybe the game's trying to tell me something.
reduced by 20%.
The cable's not long enough. God, I'm stuck on the fence.
Mako gas levels reduced by 70%. Gas detected. Elevator access granted.
Hooray! Oh, hello. Shiny glowing box. Hi, Graham. No, I had not played the demo. I came into this completely unspoiled. Hey, a bench. I'm definitely convinced that there's not a boss fight coming up. Oh, thank you to our anonymous gifter. And congratulations to Graham!
Wait.
Huh?
I think I called it.
What?
Get back.
Oh yeah, that's pretty gross. You look mad.
You said you wanted to be a hero.
Wish I hadn't.
It thinks we're after materia.
Someone should tell us now.
Be my guest.
Gotta keep your guard up. Yeah.
Oh, Cloud doesn't have an ability point yet. Certain enemies may have individual body parts that you can target and attack. Destroying these discrete parts can pressure your foe.
Not doing so great.
Rookies.
Get me out of here.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Get wrecked, buddy!
Hold still. Damn it! Not again.
Get it together.
I owe you one.
When we're done.
Of course.
On me.
Ooh!
Done?
Some sort of fancy combo attack.
Sephiroth. Pretty mobile.
Till we knock it down.
Good thing I don't just fight with a sword.
You don't? All right. Weak to fire. There we go. Evading its capture attempts or freeing captured allies will pressure it. Don't mind if I do.
Go for the legs.
We'll just take advantage of that Ga level spell. Lizreal64, thank you very much for the follow and the sub.
Take out his legs. Now.
Octaslash.
Be quickly.
I wonder how many times that hits.
Hold still.
Damn, that hit like a truck.
Practically panting.
I'm excited.
Such a puppy.
All right, turn the tables on the beast of the mountain with a coordinated attack from Cloud and Sephiroth. Use their double helix synergy ability from the command menu to bring the materia garden crashing down to the cave floor.
I don't like the looks of this.
Stay alert. Follow my lead.
Copy. Whoa.
Well, I used a combo ability.
I know. Sephiroth, take the lead.
Whoops! Oh, I'm out of MP. Awkward. I fully didn't realize I'd switched over to being Cloud.
Might want to steer clear of the gas.
We don't need it. We got this in the bag.
Brace yourself.
Follow my lead.
Copy.
Uh-oh, I can't use it yet.
Get him.
Ha-ha!
Take it from here.
Cloud saved the day.
Nice work.
definitely Cloud. And certainly not anyone else.
Okay.
Sephiroth didn't even need to show up.
Maybe I'm missing something here, but everything you've said makes Sephiroth sound like a stand-up guy.
Well, he was.
And now he's pure evil, trying to kill everyone on the planet. Help me to understand this shit. Tell me something that'll really make my blood boil.
Oh, I will. I will.
What happened to Barrett's hand? It got shot off, and so he replaced it with a gun.
You wait out here, Tifa.
No way! I want to go too. Please?
Sorry, no civilians. Even if we weren't on a mission.
Come on!
Keep the young lady safe.
Carry on.
Ugh! You better keep me safe.
All right, in we go. We've beaten all the enemies, so surely there's nothing to worry about in here, right? Absolutely nothing could go wrong.
Didn't expect it to be all systems go.
You'd think it'd be running at reduced output, like most last-gen models.
Then let me guess. Villagers don't have a clue about this.
Knowing Shinra? Of course not.
The company really needs to be more transparent.
Tell that to the president.
What exactly is the problem with this place?
The people in charge. While most reactors are under the jurisdiction of urban planning, this one is overseen by R&D.
Huh. Why do I suddenly have a bad feeling about this?
Whatever you see here, you are not to speak of it.
Oh, I won't.
Well, this is another room that looks like it's meant to be a boss arena. Oh, for those of you who are waiting to see Maple, look who's arrived. Okay. Graham says, actual critique, this engine's realistic lighting model where it changes when you go inside bugs you because it's so dark when you first enter buildings. Yes, I agree. Also, it doesn't transition super smoothly. It's just dark and then suddenly it pops into light. Snake Eater. He's the man. The man that eats a snake. Oh, that doesn't look great. What's going on in here?
Perhaps you'd like to say a few words to your sword first?
Please help. All right, good times, good times. That's cool.
Hojo, You are really something.
What are those things?
I don't know about you, but I saw some extremely suspicious text up at the top of this room. What was that?
Genova? Wasn't that...
Yes, Graham, like the salami.
The malfunction must be forcing the pods to depressurize.
Every bit is spicy and made from just as many unknown meats.
Copy.
Can I peer into any of these? That one's empty. Perhaps I should do what the game is telling me to do. Oh, I see. Immersion. The haptic triggers there were adding resistance every time, and it does actually feel like you're doing something. It's a little wild. Uh-oh. What are you doing, Sephiroth?
What are you doing?
These pods were built for the production of artificial materia. But Hojo repurposed them as incubators, cages for animals, infused with Mako, all to birth a new breed of monster. But he didn't stop at animals. Oh no, there were other subjects. Look.
Oh wow, it's exactly the same monster too.
My mother's name was Genova. Could it be that I was created the same way? Am I the same as these monsters?
Sephiroth.
Ever since I was a child, I knew that I was different.
Wait, really? Sephiroth is voiced by Tyler Hoechlin?
Special. But not like this. Not like this. Am I even human?
That's a great question.
Eventually, we went back to the inn. But when we got there, Sephiroth locked himself in his room.
The mayor had been looking forward to having dinner with bona fide soldiers, so he didn't take the news too well. Dad had to put up with his belly aching for hours afterward.
Huh? Must have sucked. But what about Sephiroth? What happened to him?
He left. Didn't tell a soul where he was going.
Oh, Sephiroth left the party. I should have tried to unequip all his material.
I met Sephiroth as he was heading for Shinra Manor, and he acted like I wasn't even there. Busy, I suppose.
Sephiroth having a Mewtwo moment. Listen, I think Mewtwo was having a Sephiroth moment.
Haven't heard anything about the reactor either. What happened up there anyway?
He's holed up inside the mansion.
Something's been off ever since he came back from the reactor.
Too much exposure to Mako? Then we ought to bring him some medicine.
If you're looking for Sephiroth, I saw him headed toward the mansion.
Sephiroth wasn't looking so hot when he passed by.
Oh, yeah. Shinra Mansion.
In town, and older than the reactor. The company used to conduct research there, back when they were still a small manufacturer. Even so, the rent on that...
The music is indeed still excellent.
Well, here we are. What now?
I mean, the whole place is pitch black. You think he's sleeping or something?
What if he's sick and needs our help?
Him? A little Mako poisoning isn't gonna hurt a living legend. Go and check on Sephiroth for us, will ya?
Hurry, please.
Hello? Sephiroth? How you doing, bud? Boy, the mansion's seen better days. Now I have to try and figure out where I'm supposed to go in here. Ah, through this hallway, probably.
Took a look around the place, but Sephiroth was nowhere to be seen.
Let's tickle the ivories. This isn't where this is supposed to be.
Never knew it had a basement.
Was news to me too. Doubt anyone in the village had a clue.
Another extremely suspicious giant open room with nothing in it. Anyone seen a room full of caskets around here? Oh, hey! Look who I found. He seems to be doing well.
Excavated from a 2,000-year-old rock layer.
Good, I was worried about him for a minute.
Stasis. Professor Gast named this life form Genova. MEGL 77-1977. Genova. Verified as an ancient. MEGL 9/13/1977. Genova project approved. So, they named the life form Genova. And once they understood what she was, they grew ambitious.
Hey, Sephiroth. What you got there?
Leave me be.
And that was it.
Can I bring you a snack or something?
Reading, like a man possessed.
Let's get you a Snickers.
We got Genova. A locked reactor door. The name of Sephiroth's mother. And ancients.
What does it all add up to?
Screw it. Racking my brain's not gonna get me anywhere. May as well just ask the guy.
Truly, this mystery is unsolvable.
Cloud. I've come across the most fascinating passage.
What you reading?
The specimen found in strata dating back 2,000 years smiled with what could only be described as ethereal grace.
God, can you only imagine how calcified the bylaws would be in a strata that dates back 2,000 years?
As they are referred to in legend. She needed a name, and so I dubbed her Genova.
Just get fined $200 for every little thing you do.
The project was approved soon after. A bold initiative to resurrect the long-dead ancients. An initiative that resulted in my conception. Or rather, my creation. The crowning glory of Professor Gast's wondrous experiment.
He created you?
Called horses thy harlot of a wife, did dare put her drying pantaloons in full view of a window facing a brick wall. We find thee $500.
Hey, hold on.
All in the wrist.
I keep asking myself, why couldn't I have come to sooner? If I had,
generally you want to come to later.
maybe I could have saved the village.
Makes for a more enjoyable experience.
Or tried, at least. What?
Uh-oh. This seems not great.
Hey, you! Get in there! The villagers need your help!
Okay. Wait, which way is the village? This way is the village. Xandai, you don't know that Sephiroth didn't try to go to therapy. Maybe the therapist was closed. It was the 7th day.
Mom.
Is it true? Sephiroth did this? Oh, it was him, all right. And he's still here. So keep your eyes peeled. God. Get your head straight.
The therapist could also have been crap. Well, you know, veterans' benefits are generally not that good.
But why would he?
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
All right, we can just jump over this.
I'm coming.
Please keep an eye on the sidebar subtitles later in this segment. Okay. I apparently can't go this way anymore, so I guess we're going around the back. I'd really like to be able to walk normally. Sephiroth, no! Cloud, would you just, like, use a potion or something, please? You literally have materia for this.
Please. Please be okay. Sephiroth. Mom.
That is cheeky.
Run away. You have to leave. You have to live.
Hey! Hey! Hang in there! You're gonna be okay! Don't worry. I got you. Come on.
Let's get you up.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry about that. You know, maybe if you took the giant 1,000-pound sword off.
There he is! Sephiroth! Stop! You sick son of a bitch! That's far enough! Drop the sword!
Everything I've ever learned about JRPGs tells me that those guns are going to be highly effective. I'm looking forward to one of them firing at him and him just deflecting the bullet with his sword. Just a plink. No! My Achilles heel! Oh yeah, we got to get the iconic shot.
I followed Sephiroth all the way back to the reactor.
Dad and I had gone there to hide. When Sephiroth showed up, Dad decided that he was going to confront him. Dad.
I see that went well.
Wasn't it? He did this, didn't he? Sephiroth. Soldiers. Mako. Shinra.
I hate them all.
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all of this.
How's she even gonna get that through the door?
Mother, I have come for you. Now open the way for me.
You murdered my dad. You burned my village.
Whoops! She'll be fine. Just stuff her in the corner.
If I was ever trapped or in trouble.
Damn it, pretty. I'm not sure what you're talking about. There appear to be lots of fridges nearby.
Here I am, your son.
God, every time the Genova theme trickles into the soundtrack,
I know exactly how we can do that. The Promised Land.
Sephiroth!
Timur, yes. The Nibelheim
the ones who
flashback appears at this point of the game when you get to Calm.
But there's no need to be sad, Mother. Because I'm here for you. Now and forever.
You killed my mom. You killed Tifa. My village. My home.
They were mine by right. This planet too, for I have been chosen.
I believed in you. No. Not you! Whoever the hell you are!
Sandai says, yeah, Tifa's fine. This is a flashback. As if that means anything. Do you remember how this game started? Graham says, please imagine the intense back and forth editing, the intense build up, the smash cut to white, and then please wait for the rest of the installation.
I remember watching it with my mom. They said he went missing during a training exercise. But then, the story changed. A couple days later, they started reporting that he was killed in action. Yeah, that was it.
The news outlets are nothing but Shinra mouthpieces spewing propaganda. Only dumbasses believe that shit.
Question. Does that make me a dumbass?
I didn't say that. What I meant was, screw Shinra for manipulating honest folks.
All right. Have a good night, Graham. Thank you for stopping in.
It doesn't matter what they said back then. Sephiroth was in Midgar. We fought him. Whatever happened, he's alive.
Don't know about alive so much as around?
Does one not imply the other?
Now. After 5 years, doing who knows what.
Because he wants to finish what he started. He wants to reclaim his birthright and rule over the planet with Genova at his side.
After 5 years? Not to sound like a broken record, but it's really bothering me.
Well, what's bothering me is all this Genova stuff.
Excuse me. Guess the travel or something really did a number on my back. Feels as stiff as a board.
Have you tried acupuncture?
Wow. You weren't kidding, were you? Let's get you back to the room.
Yeah, let's just call it a night. No amount of guesswork will get us any closer to the truth, so how about we give our heads a rest? Oh, no, you don't. That bed's mine.
Sweet dreams.
See you tomorrow. Hey, Aerith? You awake?
Barely. Why?
Was wondering, what's Cloud been doing these past 5 years? Where's he been?
And you're asking me this?
Just had a feeling you'd know.
Probably did at one point. All that stuff was taken from me, though. Or maybe erased?
By whispers?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Why what?
This is gonna sound crazy, but as far as I know, Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
Oh. Strange.
Cloud, you up?
Front point says, write down Gibbers said alt timelians. I like that just implies time aliens, not timelines. Time aliens, they're timelians. All right. That's going to be it for the evening. We'll pick this up on Sunday. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who subscribes, everybody who follows, everybody who cheers, everybody who chats, and everybody who hangs out and lurks. It's a genuine thrilled stream for you, and I hope you have as much fun watching as I do playing. I'll be back Sunday, same Matt time, same Matt channel, here on twitch.tv/Wiggins playing more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So I do hope you'll tune in then. In the meantime, of course, you can, as always, follow me on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram at Wiggins_TV. And I have a Discord server. If you're a subscriber, you can join the Discord by making sure your Twitch account and Discord account are linked in Discord's backend, where my server will appear to you as if by magic among your linked servers. So let's see who's online that I can throw to this evening. Let's see who's online that I can throw to this evening by clicking the right button. Huh. None of the people that I follow are playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth tonight. Okay. Alrighty, everybody hop aboard this raid train. I'll be back on Sunday. So until then, so long. Thank you very much. Have a good night and goodbye.